Hello and welcome to the part 2 of the Water2D Tool tutorial series. In this video I'll talk about the buoyant force. If you don't know what a buoyant force is, this is the upward force exerted by a fluid that opposes the mass of an immersed object. Basically, this is what makes the object float in the water. Water2D Tool offers you two options, a physics-based buoyant force and a linear. Before I talk about these two options, let's take a look at the public fields that you can customize in the Water2D simulation script. As you can see, the public fields are divided in 4 groups: spring, buoyancy, animation, and miscellaneous. In this video, I won't go into details and talk about every public field that you can customize. If you want to know more about what a particular public field is used for, you can hover the mouse over its name and a short info message will be displayed to you. The spring group controls how the waves created by objects are simulated. The buoyancy group allows you to customize the forces that affect an object in the water. Animation group is used to animate the water. Miscellaneous group contains different water features that you can enable and customize. I'll talk about the animation and miscellaneous groups in the next tutorials. Now let's go back to the buoyant force. You can select one of the two options from the Buoyant Force drop-down menu. First, let's take a look at the physics-based buoyant force. In this scene, I have a water object and another 3 objects with rigid body components attached to them. The box in the middle has a box collider 2D, while the boat and the character T have a polygon collider 2D attached to them. When I play the scene, you can see that the object's behavior in the water is different and quite natural. That's because the physics-based buoyant force takes into account the shape of the objects, in this case the shape of their colliders. Besides the upwards force, a small drag and lift is applied to the leading edges of the colliders. One of the methods that you can use to change the behavior of the objects in the water is to change the density of the water. As an example, I'll change the default density of the water from the value of 1 to 4. As you can see, the objects behave now as if they are floating in a jelly-like substance. Next, let's take a look at the linear buoyant force. As you can see, the object's behavior in the water doesn't look as natural as in the physics-based buoyant force. That's because the linear buoyant force doesn't take into account the shape of the objects. Though their behavior may not look as natural as in the physics-based buoyant force, the linear buoyant force is much cheaper in terms of performance. That is all for this tutorial. In the next video, I'll show you how you can animate the water. Have a good day and see you next time.